honestly, like that was quite miserable. I did not speak a word of German. I did not speak German at all, and it was quite miserable.
So what's it like to be an Iranian kid in Germany as a teenager in the early 1990s?
Well, honestly, like that was quite miserable because, you know, as I just told you, I was very popular. I had an amazing life in Tehran, and I was loved by my friends and by my family. And I went to Germany with the age of 15, and a very good friend of my father, who I'm in debt forever, Professor Sami, the famous neurosurgeon, and his wife, they had, accepted me into their home. So, I went from being the popular kid in Tehran to Germany in 92, which was, it wasn't in the city of Hanover, but it wasn't even in the city. It was like in the suburbs of Hanover. Wow, so where, for back then, everything closed at 6:30, like even the suburbs, but even the city, everything
and
was
how was
dead
how was your German?
And I did not speak a word of German. I did not speak German at all. And it was quite miserable. But, I was aware of it before I went there, and I knew that I have to face this hardship. So it wasn't for me like, I did not imagine that I would go somewhere where I would have fun, or this notion like berim kharaj, like I didn't feel like it's
spring break.
Yeah, exactly. So I knew that I have to.
But I'll bet I'm betting in retrospect that you look at it now, and even that transformation from the popular kid who has a community around him, his friends, his family, etc., in Tehran, the captain of the basketball team, to a rather solitary, lonely experience in Germany, not speaking the language. I'll bet in retrospect that was a learning experience, right?
Yes. I grew a lot personally, and it was it was definitely something that made me, I think, a better person. And I also it was like around 8 months where I was in Hanover, and I was learning German, where I was very lonely, and I had nobody in my age group to basically talk to. And I was also basically cut off from my friends in Tehran. Back in the day, there was, it would be extremely expensive to call home.
There's no Facebook.
Facebook. And I had to write, actual mail, and it would take 2 weeks to arrive in Tehran. And then my friends would reply, and it would take another 2 weeks to get back to me. So basically, it was a different world back then. But after 10 months, I went to Bavaria, which is in the southern Germany region, and I went to a boarding school with everybody my own age, and then my life was happy again. And then Germany grew on me very, very fast, and it became my second home.